Hi, my name is Denny Cootie. I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes to listen to something that could possibly have a profound impact on your current standard of living or on your future standard of living. I've noticed that most folks that take the time to listen to this broadcast have one thing in common. That is that they've got a strong desire to make some change in their life and to better their personal financial position. Some folks are already doing well and they want to increase their current standard of living. Others have had events in their life that have put them behind the financial eight ball, and they want to change that. Whatever your situation is, you're obviously out looking for a vehicle to greatly increase your own net worth, your own cash flow position. It's highly likely that if you landed here, you want the opportunity to build a substantial business without having to put in 65 hours a week, without having to leave the home, being able to work from your house, and without having to put up a lot of risk capital. If I'm hitting home on any salient points, you'll want to stick around for the next few minutes and listen to what I have to say. I put together a short report that I'm going to share with you. And I think it'll have a profound impact on your thought process. John lives in North Carolina. I live in the greater Orlando area. One of the things that I wanted to mention to you about that is that, before we get started, is that lots of times I go to the internet and I look for a product, I look for a service, and I find something that I like, and then it comes time to be able to talk to a human being, and forget it. There's no way to do that. So as we go along on this, and as you enter your information in and go to the next page, what you'll find is that we're pretty easy to access. John's phone number is there, my email is there, his email is there, and it's pretty easy for you to reach us. I think that's really important. You'll also want to click through in addition to, because there's another page, and on that other page it's got, I think it's probably six different links. And if you hit each link, it's going to specifically go through what we're doing, and it's going to answer a lot of your questions. Now, all that being said, I think you'll find this audio report pretty interesting as I hash out four main things that successful business owners look for when they start a home-based business. And as you probably already guessed, I think you'll find that these are good reasons to work with John and myself in our venture. That being said, let's get started. There's a number of things that successful home-based business owners look for when choosing an industry and a specific company to work with. Let me share with you the top four that I have found that reoccur, that happen time and time again with successful business owners. Excuse me. The business owner or the business model itself must offer top incentives. And what I mean by this is, no matter how good a marketer an online business owner is, the system really breaks down if the vehicle itself starts running on fumes. Remember, not all businesses and their compensation plans are created equal. So the bottom line really is the compensation plan user-friendly? If I put my time and energy into something, am I going to get paid top dollar for my efforts? By the way, that goes for offline businesses as well as online. You see, here's the problem. Most highly qualified people will not get started in a business that does not offer top reward for their efforts, even if you yourself decide to join. Today, we have real-time access to information, and therefore most people check things out pretty well before getting involved. What this really means is that it's going to be difficult to grow your business with qualified people, top-notch people. Here's a case in point. Take multi-level marketing as an example. Now, everybody in the world is familiar with multi-level marketing, I'm sure. I'm sure there's people in third world countries that are familiar with multi-level marketing. But multi-level marketing, to me, is something that really I wouldn't want to get involved with. And the reason that I wouldn't is because there's a ton of effort that you have to put in to build a downline of people, and then you're putting in time and energy into getting these people to sell all types of stuff, lotions and potions and junk from their trunk and stuff that you really, if you just looked at it outside the realm of multi-level marketing, probably wouldn't want to be involved with to begin with. So you go through that process, they get burned out, you get burned out, and at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot of money left. So for the most part, as of today, let me put it that way, I haven't found any multi-level marketing that I'd really like to be involved with right now. Okay. In addition to that, or better yet, let me say this. The takeaway for my number one point is this, and that is that there's got to be a lot of reward for your effort. But not only does there need to be a lot of reward for your effort, in addition to that, the particular industry itself that you're working in, you need to be rewarded at the very top within that industry, if not the top compensation itself, it needs to be among the very top. Because if it isn't, attracting top quality people, when they look around, it's going to fall apart. You're not going to get them. Number two is mentorship. The second consideration in any business, online or offline, is to understand that to learn that business, there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be time that has to be spent. And people say, well, there's got to be money that's got to be put in, and certainly that's true. But the time factor, I would argue, oftentimes is far more expensive than the money that has to go into a business. And if that's true, then having a mentor, having a teacher, having somebody that can work with you and break that time frame down, break it down in half, or maybe half of a half, would be really significant. So it's really a big point. Don't let anyone play this down. Properly structured mentoring and coaching means that the system itself, that the business itself recognizes that there's an economic value, an intrinsic value, if you will, to having an instructor. If it wasn't the case, the mentor would have no incentive, and as a result, learning the secrets and the strategies and the time-saving shortcuts of the particular industry, it just wouldn't be there. And so as a result, things would fall through. Mentorship, extremely important. Number three, value in the product and or service. How good are the products and services that you're going to be selling or marketing? Maybe not selling, but in a lot of systems you're going to be marketing them. How good are those? How good are those? Would you? Is it something that you would find attractive yourself? If you don't, and you don't find them interesting, and you don't think that there's value to them, there probably isn't value to them. Number four. Point number four, certainly important. Do you like the business? Can you see yourself, maybe with the help of a teacher, the help of a mentor, can you see yourself doing this business? If you can't, don't do the business. So, what's the bottom line? In summary, the top four things that successful home-based business owners typically look for when committing their efforts are, number one, does the business model offer top compensation for the effort? Remember, if it does, or if it does not, you might join. But getting recruits to join your organization isn't going to happen. Number two, is the mentor qualified? Is the mentor available? Is the mentor someone that you want to work with? Lots of times mentors, they're not available. You know, they're working other jobs. They're working other businesses. And so they do this as a part-time thing. If that's the case, could have a challenge when you really need them and when you need to grow your business. Number three, value in the product and or service. Do you see value? Do you see something that's interesting, something that in itself stands out as a good value for the price? Number four, do you like the business? So I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and if I or John, my partner, can be of any help to you at all, don't hesitate to contact us. Our contact information is over on the next page. And here's the takeaway. A wise man once said this, and it always rings true in my mind. The funny thing about life is that if you take the time to help others to get exactly what they want to get, then you can't help but get everything that you want to get. That's our working philosophy. Until next time, God bless you and be prosperous.